believe it's still in order to wish you Muslims around the globe happy Eid Mubarak. We are back from the holiday full with energy and excitement here on Joy News Interactive. My name is Miss G, the Entertainment General, and I'm here to give you a good dose of your late morning coffee for those of you who haven't had it yet. And stay with me and let's talk on Facebook. Our page is Joy News on TV. We are live on the Joy News channel on Multi TV, DSTV channel 421, Go TV channel 144. Let's get interactive. Now, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia returned from a 4-day visit to China and has made an interesting revelation which has gotten people talking. He revealed that the government of China has committed $15 billion worth of investment in Ghana. Ghana, in exchange, wants to open its doors to the Chinese investors to invest in the country's rich natural resources. The Vice President says it makes economic sense for our country to use what he has to get what he wants in executing some of the policies for its transformational agenda. Dr. Bawumia has, however, debunked fears that this could compromise the fight against Galamsey. I know that's what all of you are thinking. So what do you think this new commitment between Ghana and China means? What do you think about it? You think that the fight against Galamsey is over with this one? Let's see what you've been saying on social media. And Festus Osei also says to invest in our rich natural resources is not only limited to gold. Besides, do you think that this administration will sit aloof and watch illegal mining to triumph all because of this offer? Please, let's stop drawing needless conclusions and rally behind the government. And Idrisu says, I am at loss as to what all this is leading us to as a country. My heart weeps. I remember what the MPP in opposition said about borrowing spree of the then NDC government. Now it's a serious turn of events. I voted the MPP because they said they would do more discipline than the NDC, or there'll be more discipline than the NDC when it comes to borrowing. Less than a year in government, my beloved party has already made so many deals that threatens our national interest than what the previous government did in 8 or so years. What has gone wrong? China? You're asking. And Judicial Zodro Eric says, I don't think this is the first time China has made such commitment to Ghana. Why are you linking it to Galamsey? Only about, what about if the money is used to cover those pits that were they left us? We need to think positive than linking everything to Galamsey. Since we are financially independent, we can't reject their offer by investing here. And Apoku says, what has China done to our environment for the past 8 years? Why do our leaders want cheaper venues to fund? What exactly does opening your doors to Chinese investors mean? Mean should be specific. We are a sovereign nation and don't want to go back to colonialism. Why can't our leaders for once think about our future and the future generation? And though this is not the first time China has committed to us, the fear of the people is real. China can possibly use it as an opportunity to continue the illegal things they are doing in this country. Sometimes our leaders have years they have to hear the crying of the less privileged too and do investments that will change their lives, not only their personal wants and need. A step in the right direction, Samwalidu is saying. Ghana is at work again. I believe committing our natural resources to the Chinese for the benefit of all is commendable. And Harold Miraku says, we can't even deal with the few illegal Chinese migrants exploiting our natural resources. Now we are legitimately inviting them. Boy. And Freeman Tekran says, so you mean you are going to let the Chinese continue with Galamsey and stop Ghanaians from it? Then remember the Obidai you be wicked politicians. So that's the all die be die. So that's what you're saying there. Now, the NDC seems to be in motion with its reconciliation and effort to unite the party for a stronger force in the next election. We know the 13-member committee put together to investigate the defeat of the party submitted its findings to the party leadership last week, which is yet to be officially made public. Now, while all that is going on, the former Chief of Staff, Nana Atudazi, says the NDC lost the 2016 election because the former president's appointees failed him. He, however, discounted claims that the party lost most of the president's appointees were corrupt. This actually said that that's not true. So do you agree that the NDC lost because the former President Mahama's appointees failed him? That's what we are asking you. And let's see what you're saying. Judicious Odro Eric says, why is he now coming out? I think he should consider himself a failure since he was part of them and stop wasting airtime, because Ghanaians know that and they knew it themselves long ago. But how come this man is talking now? He knew the appointees were sending the party to opposition and did nothing to prevent it. You are asking. Prince Nuruddin Bawumia says, sounds ridiculous to hear this unfortunate comment from Atudazi. Anyway, Dambotri's committee's findings are clear and obvious. And Yewwa Solomon says, how did they fail him? He did all the appointments, and besides, he has the power to fire his appointees if he thinks the person is not performing to his satisfaction. So he failed himself and not his appointees. And Yima says he is one of them. He also contributed to the NDC's loss. They never told the man the truth. They should keep quiet. And 5,000 plus, or 5 million plus people will say yes, but the 4 million plus people will still say no. And Desmond Okole says not only failing him, but he was too corrupt and incompetent. And Solomon Boachi says no one failed him. He failed himself because he appointed them. He would fail 100 times if he tries, because he said he is indecisive, implying that all thinking is by others, not him. And Good Day says, forget about the issues and let's contribute to the development of our country. The NDC lost because their 8-year term, has elapsed. So you are saying that is a trend. Once you're done 8 years, another party definitely comes in. And Rans Fasaki says, then Arthur is among those who failed John Mahama. Ransford says President Mahama has learned his lesson and won't repeat his mistakes in 2021. Actually, they didn't help him at all, says James Machi. And why not? Number one is Tepe, his policies. He was also appointed by Mahama. You're talking about an Atudazi, and you have now realized your mistake. Okay, and I'm not sure what you're saying there. So those are comments from you on the revelation made by Nana Atudazi concerning the party. Now let's turn our focus to firefighting. After the Grenfell Tower in London, the Ghana National Fire Service made some sad revelation. They say the equipment they have cannot fight fire beyond 5 floors of any building. This means that high-rise buildings with more than 5 floors cannot be saved should they catch fire or should the unfortunate incident of fire outbreak happen. Now, the public relations officer of the service divisional officer, Prince Billy Anaglate, noted that they may not be able to save the situation should fire engulf a high-rise building. Some of us live in high-rise building, and as well some of the buildings are as high as 20 floors, and this is very disturbing. If you can hear if you heard what the PRO for the fire service says, I'm sure you are disturbed if you live in such buildings. So tell us what you make of this revelation by Billy Anaglate, who speaks for the National Fire Service. But let's take a break quickly. When we are back, we'll do your reactions to the story. Welcome back from the break. Before we took the break, we were talking about the high-rise buildings and the claim by the National Fire Service that they will not be able to fight fire beyond the 5th floor of any high-rise building. Let's take your reactions to that. And okay, so this comment not relating to the issue. So let's go to the next issue, which is the National Science and Maths Quiz, which is still trending. It's still the talk of social media, especially Facebook and Twitter. For days now, people have been talking about the National Maths and Science Quiz, and this year's competition is keenly contested, and the rivalry seems to have deepened among schools. If your school has not made it this far, then the best bet would be that you need to hang on and take a side. Which side are you taking? There have been interesting and some sarcastic remarks, especially at this stage of the competition, and it keeps getting better. It's one of the high headlines on myjoyonline.com. Describes Prempeh's win over Infantapim as, and it says that Prempeh makes Salah out of Infantapim, and some painful defeat for Infantapim there, And it's because they say that is the school. So, which school are you placing your bet on? Also, share with us some of the funny and interesting remarks you've heard about this year's Maths and Science Quiz. And Desmond Okule says, Infantapim can't even spell the name of the school due to the pressure from Prempeh College. The spell is as, and so that's the spelling, Infantapim. Okay, and I laughed die. And who say man no day? Mama Mia. And Prince Nuruddin Bawumia says, very unfortunate that Tamale Senior High, Tamasco, isn't part of the contest. Anyway, congratulations to Prempeh College for their massive 3 times, and their 3 times winners, you were saying. And meanwhile, the girls' schools are in school writing love letters and asking, okay, Akuma Mazimbi to help them choose between 4 boys they have because they love all of them. And that's because people are saying the girls' schools haven't thrived in this year's quiz. And the remarks of the quiz mistress after Prempeh won. Prempeh College, congratulations, what a masterful performance. And Ransford says, we just separated the boys from the men. Green is the ish. And I'm sure he's somebody who went to Prempeh College. And Prempeh must win, says Anaba. And this is Prempeh College. Prempeh College, says Opon. So people who went to Prempeh College are hailing their school for its massive performance at this year's Science and Maths Quiz. Now, incarcerated medical doctor Ali Gabas, who is serving a sentence for defiling a minor in 2014, has been speaking. He says though he didn't commit the crime, he is thankful to Allah for putting him there. Dr. Gabas was convicted for sodomizing a 16-year-old boy and was sentenced to 25 years imprisonment. After 3 years since his incarceration, the doctor says he misses spending Ramadan with his family. Now, we're asking you to share your thoughts on this because we have posted his interview on our social media page. Let's see what you've been saying. And I think imprisoning him will be of help to the country. They should rather let him serve, will not be of help to the country. They should rather let him serve the country while his monthly salary is half for some of the years. The president should grant him presidential pardon to come out and save lives or serve lives. And Atito says, oh, is that where he landed? I detest homosexuality, but I believe it takes 2 to tango. The boy should have been equally punished. Well, he's a minor, and so he's thinking that he doesn't know exactly what he was doing. And so those calling for presidential pardon, what's your motivation? The man still insists he did not commit the crime. He is, by his insistence, suggesting that the victim lied about everything. He is also, by this insistent, rubbishing the work done by, I'm not sure what else you've placed there, but let's move on to another comment. And you're saying the man is shameful. He's really disappointed himself and his family. And those are comments from you on the screens concerning what we posted about Ali Gabas on social media. All right, so at this time we get to refresh ourselves, with something that is more soothing than all that we've read earlier about Ali Gaba's rumor of rice from plastic have been widely circulated on social media for months, and it seems to have intensified in the last few weeks. However, the Food and Drugs Authority for the second time have denied such claims. Now, the FDA says rice samples received from Ghanaians show that they were actually authentic and were not plastic following laboratory investigations. Of course, fears have been widespread. A lot of people are afraid of what they are eating after seeing these videos circulate on social media. So let's take a look at one of such videos.
Check this out. The rice that I just bought from Roast. I don't know how jollof rice might look or feel like, but look at the rice I bought. Okay, now check it out. I bought a tennis ball. I ate a rubber rice. Oh my God. See. Is this a jollof rice? Why is it not splitting? I bought a fake rice. I ate a rubber rice. Come on, see, and it's even bouncing. The rice is bouncing. Oh my God.
So this video went viral. A lot of people talked about it. People shared it on social media, and people were alarmed and even more careful about eating rice. Well, like I said earlier, the FDA says there's no plastic rice in Ghana. Do you still have fears, and what do you look out for now after all these rumors when you're buying rice from the market? Let's see what you've been saying. And Al Hassan says, I believe in the Food and Drugs Authority. It's something wisely used in marketing. The Chinese the same to Japan when they realized that just Chinese people were addicted to Japanese products and collapsing local firms, rendering many jobless. They embarked on a similar strategy to revamp their existing companies that were on the verge of collapsing and made the citizens have love for their own produce. But I am asking, are we Ghanaians learning something from it, or social media is just talking? And books are there to learn, to put into practice, not just long talk. I'm off, you say. And Maestro says the FDA, you're saying they're full of criminals. You don't have proof of it, about that. People will continue to die in this country as far as bribery and corruption still exists. So how many samples have they tested so far? We all know they have been, okay, you don't have proof of that, so I better not read it. And the Chinese government is helpful, but their citizens are always taking advantage of us in the country and spoiling our water bodies. If we don't stop, Ghana is likely to import water in 2020. So I think this is in reaction to the facility we are getting from the Chinese. And Prince Rudin Bamia says, I don't have any fears because I always consume local rice, which is natural and much more delicious. Anyway, the FDA's investigation is authentic, and I don't believe what the FDA is saying, because it seems their methodology used in research may not or might not be the best. Still, I'll go in for my local rice made in Ghana. And that's what they can say to people, but going down to the market will you want to say that you find the truth in the markets. So you can call it strange, weird, creepy. It might not really matter. In North Carolina, the Supreme Court has ruled that women cannot revoke consent after sexual intercourse begins. I know that at this time some people are excited already. Once a woman agrees to having sex with a partner, she can legally ignore her request if he says she should stop. So unlike before, when we were told that once they say stop, you need to stop, now the Supreme Court in Carolina says it is not so anymore. Once you've agreed to the act and penetration begins, you cannot ask the man to stop. And we are beginning to hope for a similar law in Ghana. Well, some women have come forward in the last 2 months alleging that the ruling lets their rapists get away with crime. This sounds a bit odd, but it's real and it's true. So we shared this with you on social media. We've been getting reactions from you, and so let's read some of your reaction. Desmond Oakley says, this there is something new. Perhaps a woman or lady might be having some problem that needs to be attended to. So she needs you to halt for health reasons. But it's their loss, so be it. And why can't she change her mind? They should reconsider that. I'm sure that's what you want to say. Prince Rudin Balmia says, interesting times ahead. They really sound so biased. And Yaima says, the world is becoming something else. A perfect rule of law for Ransford. And some laws are some way bio. What a wow, says Tabiri Evans. So reactions from you on that law. All right, so on that note, we're going to say bye to you here from the Joy Newsroom here on Multi-TV channel. And that's it for us here on Joy News Interactive. My name is Ms. G. Catch me later in the evening on the entertainment segment on the Joy News Prime. There's more news here on the Joy News channel. Please stay.